Hey guys, this is Adam, and just a quick message before you watch this video. I'd like to apologise for the big demo mode that you see plastered across this tutorial. Ultimately, this tutorial was too good to just kind of bin, and what has happened is I've downloaded ScreenFlow 7 and I've been testing it because I'm doing a course with Fader Pro, and they like me to use ScreenFlow 7 for some export reasons. Anyway, I've exported it, it's got a demo mode on it. When I've come to open it in ScreenFlow 9, which you should be able to do, it has not allowed me to do so, and it has lost all the files. Don't ask me how. It's one of them corruption issues. I spent all morning on it, going back and forth with ScreenFlow. But anyway, I had the choice, bin this tutorial or send it to you guys and apologise. So please, enjoy the tutorial. It's a one-off, it won't happen again. And you can be rest assured, but I do pay for ScreenFlow, as you know in all my other videos. And yeah, this is just like a one-off. Hey guys, this is Adam Ellis, and welcome to this brand new tutorial. Before we start, I would just like to say thank you for everybody that has kind of followed this channel. If you could do me a favour, please subscribe, hit that like button. Also, please drop some comments. You know, let's get this channel active. I'm really doing my best to kind of produce some really nice content for you guys. And look, all I ask in return is a little bit of you know, give me something back in terms of the comments, subscribe, you know, share the video. It would be much appreciated. Okay, so. Yeah, this lesson, what's it going to be about? I figured I'd show you how to get some really cool transitions. So I'm going to go through the whole process. So the first thing I would do is go to Beatport, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to basically do some sampling. So the first track, I've already had a quick listen. I always want to be able to hear something in this short clip that Beatport gives you. And straight away I can see, look at these transitions. These look nice. And I can tell the quality of the transition generally by, if I'm lucky enough, by listening in a breakdown. So let's have a quick listen here. There you go. So that's a really cool transition. And we're just going to basically buy the track. Okay. And then we will import it to Logic. And I'll show you a super simple way. Now, the reason I chose this track is because it was just like at the top. But funnily enough, it's actually in the key that I wanted it to be, which is in A. Now, why did I want it in the key of A? Well, reason being, in my sampler in Logic, the first kind of transition I've ever done since getting my new Mac was in A. Now, Logic have released a new sampler. And it's very easy to drag the sample straight in, and the first track that I sampled was in A, so therefore I only have the bank so far in A. Now we're gonna, as we start sampling tracks over the time, we're gonna have different keys, you know, but as it turns out, a track in A is the first it's the first track that I'd sampled. So in this one I want to add to that bank and also use a track in the same key. Now the beauty of this is, say you get your tracks in G sharp or G or B, you can use your A samples and just use Sound Shifter. I have a rule of thumb that I never go more than 3 semitones down or up. So if we're in G, this would be fine. If we're in B, even C, I think that's right, yep. So yeah, cool. Let's buy the track anyway. It's only a quid. As we say in England, it's a quid, a pound. MP3 WAV, I certainly paying 50p more for a WAV. I don't even hear a difference. Okay, so we now have that in our download folder. This is so fun. You can get some really nice samples doing this. So it is 138 beats per minute. Really useful to know. So we'll put that in a start. Now, I find it really hard sometimes to get the beats per minute right or get it lined up right. So what we'll do is we'll have a listen. It's pretty much bang on already, so it's okay. And what I meant by that, sorry, let me explain. Sometimes you get tracks with loads of silence at the start, so you don't know where it starts. So the easiest thing to do is this. You get the first beat and kind of put a beat on bar 40, 33 or whatever, and when you pull it back, it will line up perfectly. So that's a good way to do it. Now we need to adjust this to speed. And we can tell easily. Let's have a look. And look at that, bang on the bar. Wicked. So we'll take that one, nice long one. That's nice. We'll also get it with that as well. So you can just see I'm looking at the transitions. There you go, we're getting some nice ones here. Sampling has been a part of electronic music since like forever, so don't worry about sampling. Now what I will tend to tell you is that when you are doing samples, I tend to kind of try and bring two in and chop them up and change them and at least make a new sample. Now I've not always done that, there's been tracks that I've not done. I remember Sean Tyas once telling me like, you recognise the sample from a track, and I don't know, I love Sean, me and Sean get on really well, but I kind of felt his disapproval almost, like that he wasn't creative, because Sean is like the most creative guy in the world. He's unbelievable at what he does. But yeah, most of the time I will try and be creative, chop it up, change it. In this particular one, it was in my Diamondback remix. The sample works so damn well. I just ripped it straight from a track. I forget what track it was now, but yeah, don't worry about it. We've got one here. You might be thinking, Adam, how will these ever work? It sounds nothing like my track. Trust me, when you've got a track and it's in the right key and you put one of these in, if you smooth it over and get it to work, it works bloody well.
Some of the most profound truths can be found in the guidance of others. So I encourage you to enter this time with an open mind. Relaxed position, either seated or laying down. In. Out. In. In. Out. In.
This is a great one. This is such a good track. I don't like that one as much. There you go. That's another nice one. looks like it's the same one. Awesome. So we've now gone through and we've got, you know, quite a lot of cool samples. Some are longer than others, some aren't. Okay, so let's have a little look. We can now go to the sampler in Logic, and this will work with any sampler. I used to have to export it, but since Logic introduced a new sampler, actually you might be able to do this with ESX24, but as far as I'm aware, you couldn't. Anyway, so we go to transition samples, A sharp. Okay, so I actually got it wrong. Okay, so I want to use A sharp. Now I believe this is in the key of A. So let's just test that. I've not got my MIDI keyboard at the minute because I've ordered a new one. For anyone out there wondering what I use, it's a Complete Control. I loved it so much I decided to get the S61 version. Really nice. Easiest way to test it is just with a nice little sub drone, I find. So there you go, lovely. So that works really nice. So what we'll do, we shall create a new folder. So record default, mapping, and this is the beauty of it. You can now just go down and it literally drop them in. Go to C0, there's a nice starting point. It works so good. It doesn't work so well. There's got to be a way to do that. Some per file. There you go, but it's put it on a different one for some reason, which is annoying. Perfect. So now we can just save this as. Transition samples A, and there you go. The good thing about the new Logic sampler is I believe they've got groups. So once you've got like your 100 or whatever, all your keys done, it just creates a new group, which saves so much time. Before I was like having to have 4 or 5 different groups for maybe a really large kick bank, and I'd have to select them all. In this one, if you just choose that bank, it's got all your groups in there. So basically, it gives you basically a new set of these keys. So anyway, really useful, sounds awesome, right? But how can we actually use them? Okay, so let's kind of work on something.
We got
So let's say we want a nice transition. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so this track is in G. Let's now go to our sampler. Don't worry, this will sound great in the end. So he says. So we go to our sampler. We've got some transitions. Well, we're in G, so closest to G is A. It's 2 semitones different. So we want to go down 2 semitones. So we can just use our... You can actually do this with Logic's transpose, but I like to do it with this instead. So have a look. Shift and mono, 2 octaves, G, G sharp, A, that's right. So this is where the fun begins. You now have to make the transition, okay? Okay. Where is that damn vocal chop? Okay, so let's attenuate the vocal. Don't worry. Right, slight problem. This sample's in 138 and we want it to be in 140. So what we need to do is bounce it down. I hate when it does that. So we just go to bounce, Tran 1. Okay. So now we want to put this to 140. Do the multiple. It's not though. So what are you talking about? Oh no, it's gone. The heck? This can happen sometimes. What the hell? That's the weirdest thing. So I've actually forgot. The easy thing to do is just change it to 138, which is the BPM of our track of the sample. Let's test it. go, perfect. Call it Tran 1. Oh, I messed up again. So I've never done it this way, so please excuse me. Because it's MIDI, it's brilliant because... Wait a minute. No, it's not working. Okay, what's happening is it's... because the track has been put in, okay, this timestamp, when I change the speed, even though it's MIDI, it's not actually MIDI, it's actually audio. So all you need to do is you put it into the original file speed, okay, and we want to change the BPM to 140, and then we simply just resize. There you go. So now everything should line up nicely, hopefully. Okay, perfect. We now just need to do a little bit of editing. And this is how we can have a bit of fun with it. Okay, we're getting there. Right, final bit of a little work we need to do. A little bit of delay. Fucked up a little bit with the delay. Make sure that your delay is turned off before you do anything, unlike mine there. Fucking hell, what are you doing? Go down. There you go.
We go to 8. 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 We go to 8.
Okay, let's now work on this a little bit more. Perfect, a little bit of delay, so a bit like reverb. And there you go. There you have a completely unique and interesting fill where before you may not have. And you know, I say to my clients all the time, oh man, I hate these like stupid drum fills that you get. You know, like the tom fill what you get in every fucking side track. I hate it. So, you know, this is a nice simple way to go through and get some creative transitions. There you go, so that's it. That's my little video on transitions. Now, a couple of things before I forget. number one, please do subscribe. Click the bell icon, turn on the notifications. Secondly, if you'd like more information on my lessons, I do one-to-one lessons at a very competitive rate with a full money back guarantee, then drop me a line, tutorials@adamellisdj.com. That should be appearing on the screen right now. You can message me if you've got any questions about the scene, if you've got any general questions about me, or if you want any help. If you've got a question or two, I'm not expecting you to sign up to my one-to-one lessons. If you want to change your life with your music, of course, I recommend that you get in touch with with me for my one-to-one lessons. One of my clients, Tobias, he's like my star student at the minute. He just signed his track to Schneider's record. It just got released on a compilation, and we've just had word that Brian Carney is also signing his second record to Carnage Recordings. And he said, and quote, it's that good, he doesn't want to release it until the lockdown is over, because it's too good to not be released when the clubs are back open. So, fair play to Tobias. It's all his hard work. I've just guided him, give him the knowledge along the way. Okay, lastly, I'm going to do a competition, okay? I want you guys to write in the comment section. And this is going to be a fun one, the most interesting question. So, try and think of some questions that you've got to do with music production. It doesn't have to be related to this kind of lesson, although if it is, great. But yeah, I want you guys to basically ask some interesting questions. And the 4 best questions that I asked will A, all be answered, and B, I'm going to choose you guys. I'm going to give you a free 45-minute tutorial, okay? One-to-one, on Skype, no strings attached. All you have to do to enter is ask an interesting question about music production. No funny shit, leave all the jokes and the remarks. Let's get serious. Ask a serious question about music production, and the 4 most creative questions that have got some time and thought and effort put into them. My general manager, who handles all things Adam Ellis tutorials, he'll be in touch with you guys, and yeah, he will be in touch, and you will win a 45-minute Skype. So again, thank you so much. Don't forget, one last time, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. Any issues, you've got my email address. It was on screen a moment ago. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.